And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
The cream of the crop!
Hi everyone, welcome to the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, HammerTime83. It has been forever. Sorry, we had a lot of life stuff going on. I went on vacation and, just everything in general was happening. We are back. We are still going to continue the tag team discussion that we had, but we have a special guest tonight. And so because we have a special guest, we're kind of changing up our format a little bit. So let me first introduce Mr. Odysseus.
Hi, I'm not the special guest, but how's everybody doing tonight?
All right, and Raven.
Well, hello there.
And our special guest, Mr. Atlanta Lively. How are you today?
Doing great, thanks. Great to be here. Great to be the guest.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I obviously living in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been a long time wrestling fan for years, following the WWE all the way back from the the rock and wrestling era all the way up to now. So I kind of dated myself a little bit, but that's all good. But yeah, I've been a fan a long time. Seen a lot of live wrestling here in Atlanta, since this is kind of the hotbed, also kind of like the retirement community of wrestlers as well. So you might see some from time to time. And I've done some TDP yoga back in the day too. So.
Hey, that is what's up.
Yeah.
That is what's up.
Yeah.
So we're going to do I know the listeners, you are usually listening to a certain format that we usually do on the show where we talk about something we're like, something that from the past that we like, or an idea. But this time, with WrestleMania season right around the corner and stuff that's happening live now on AEW, we wanted to do something a little bit different. So we're each going to bring up a topic that we are excited about or something that we remember. So we're not doing like the usual format because there's 4 of us. And then after that, we'll talk about what we are excited about the most in WrestleMania. So I guess I'll start us off. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. So those of you who, unless you've been living under a fucking rock, not to be confused with The Rock, you obviously know what is going on with the wrestling world when it pertains to the McMahon family and what is going on with Vince and the absolutely deplorable allegations that have come out that are now involving Brock Lesnar as well as Kevin Dunn. And this actually came out yesterday. Nick Khan, who is still working for Endeavor, as well as fucking Stephanie McMahon covering for her father. So, in my mind, I cannot fathom if this is true. Now, everybody is entitled to being innocent until proven guilty, and I honestly believe that. In my mind, and this is me speaking from, just myself. You can call this the hot take of the podcast. I don't give a shit. In my mind, the actions of Vince McMahon, if these are all true, is 10 times worse than Chris Benoit. And the reason that is because there has been new evidence for CTE that came out not even a month ago that said that with the amount of chair shots that Chris Benoit actually received, he was an 85-year-old patient with dementia and Alzheimer's at the same time. So him being paranoid and killing his family, yes, I get what Paul Heyman said, where he said that, 3 people were killed that night and only 2 of them have a choice. If you saw that interview where he was talking about the whole thing, I get that. But at the same time, we are talking about, at one point, all of us love this product. All of us were like, oh my God, McMahon, he plays the perfect bad guy. Stone Cold built his whole empire on hating McMahon. In reality, if this is true, he's just a fucking scumbag. Like, the things that came out in that report, I don't know if the 3 of you have heard about it, but it is absolutely disgusting.
Defecation.
Yeah.
I don't care about that, man. If you're into that, you're into that. But the fact that you're promising someone rising up through the ranks of the company and bonuses and shopping trips because you're basically pimping her out, that come on, man.
Yeah, trafficking is pretty bad there. There's no argument from me on that being worse. You can argue between like with murder and trafficking versus that. It's kind of splitting hairs. Those are both heinous. The difference is Vince McMahon has apparently and allegedly has done this for decades.
Yeah.
And we're only just scratching the surface from what it looks like, and it's going to have a far-reaching impact on the wrestling product, on wrestling in general, and just how it's going to be looked at, and make us wonder why we were cheering for this product the whole time, why we were cheering for this man and endorsing product had we known all of the dirty shit that was coming through here.
And here's my thing that I don't understand. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Odysseus.
Yeah.
Oh, well, my thing is, I have to look at it from this direction. We kind of unwillingly knew kind of what was going on behind the scenes. If you just look at the so-called women's division back in the day.
You talking about Nicole Bass?
I mean, technically they were dogging the women on air. Just,
Trish barking like a dog.
Yeah.
Braun Kenny's matches.
Piggy
Yeah,
James.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were doing all that stuff. So, honestly, back there in the day, it's not surprising. Because even back then, we joked about it, and most likely it was real. Some of the things we joked about.
It was art imitating life.
Yeah.
We're finding out now. Yeah.
But the things that I don't understand is, okay, so let's just say all of this, like I said, allegedly is real. Excuse me. So all this is real. And we find out that obviously Endeavor, or what are they called? Is it Endeavor? No, not Endeavor. They're called TKO. Sorry. Yeah, TKO. Okay. So they pretty much fired Vince. They're like, you got to go. But now we're finding out that Nick Khan was involved.
Now, was he really involved, or were we just named in the suit?
He was one of the ones that was trafficking. It was him and John Laurinaitis.
Really?
You know about Laurinaitis. I did not get the impression I saw in the article, but I might have read something else.
No, I didn't either with Khan. It was just named.
This came out on Wrestling Incorporated yesterday.
Okay.
And Wrestling Incorporated usually is a pretty reliable source.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, someone who is pro women's revolution and all that, Stephanie surprised the fuck out of me. Like,
if you've heard
covered
the
up.
allegations. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, there were some revelations from the Ashley Massaro story from, I think, her family coming from that Stephanie was pretty much, it sounded like she was kind of an enabler in a lot of the things that happened.
Yeah, like how she would sit by her in meetings and like keeping an eye on her, make sure she didn't slip up and all that. And it's like the poor girl committed suicide over this.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, it's sad when Shane is the moral compass of the family. Shane left, when he left for that 5-10 year period, the reason he left is because he knew what his dad was doing and wanted no part of it. And that's coming out now.
Oh.
Shane's like, oh, I need to go see if I can spread my wings and find out if I can make it on my own. No, the fuck you didn't. You just knew that this shit was going to come down and you didn't want to get arrested.
Yeah, and how many times did Shane leave the company? At least twice that I remember. So,
I'm talking about the first time.
Sudden. Yeah, the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think sometimes what we probably won't know, won't know, is, even with Stephanie, but how manipulative was Vince being? Maybe if you hear some of the other stuff that happened, some of the stuff he allegedly wanted Stephanie to do. And then, a lot of things, they showed one clip from the Attitude Era. Well, Stephanie sat there and said in one of their vignettes that I can't believe you made me sit on some of the meetings and the things you made me do for this company.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like the whole thing, it just bothers me so much because obviously, you know, I have a special place in my heart for kids. I always will. I am a father. And the fact that Stephanie and Triple H did that thing for Connor the Crusher, like, now I'm just wondering, I'm like, I'm not saying that they did it just to, like, clear their bad karma. But now it honestly feels like, and I'm not talking about Triple H, because I don't know if he had anything to do with this. But now it feels like Stephanie's part, if this is true, feels very tainted, right?
Yeah, but you also got to remember how young Stephanie was when Vince brought her in.
Hey,
Well-
she pretty much grew up in the company.
The Ashley Mazzaro thing was only 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
that was
okay,
that.
what about
And
the rumors
Stephanie
about
was
her?
an ex-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and Stephanie was an executive by then, entrenched into the company brass. So
Well, plus, you have to look about the rumors about her and Macho Man. I mean, if you think about it, it sounds like Vince was pimping his own damn daughter out to his wrestlers too.
well,
that's what I've always wondered about, because you know it's with WWE, everybody comes back eventually. Everybody makes their peace out, no matter how burn of a bridge they had with Vince, but not the Macho Man. The Macho Man passed away without ever getting that proper return to the WWE. So.
Yeah. His last appearance was actually TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't count like video. They were doing video game commercials, I think, for like the WWE video game before he passed on. But yeah, that didn't
All right.
count as a full return.
you brought him up, so I'm going to go with this now. So the Macho Man. So did you know his feud with Hogan was never real? All the things of Hogan, you know, where Macho Man, you guys heard like where he made the rap CD, right? And he was just dissing Hogan the whole time.
Yeah, I remember.
So I watched an interview with, and now this is Hogan's side of it, so I don't know how true this is. But it would
you
make,
guys take a half of a grain of salt with
so
Hogan.
apparently Macho Man and Macho Man's mom were at a doctor's office, and Hogan walked in. I'm sorry, take that back. Hogan and his wife were at the doctor's office, and Macho Man and his mom walked in. And remember, Macho said in the song, "If I ever see you again, I will kill you. Not just hurt you, I will kill you." Apparently, he walked into the doctor's office, and Hogan and his wife, not Linda, and not the most recent one. I think her name was Jennifer or something like that. Anyways, so they're sitting there talking, and Macho comes up to Hulk, puts his hand on Hulk's shoulder, and goes, "How you doing, brother?" And was like just as nice and as sweet as he could be. So I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, maybe it's all kayfabe. Maybe they live in the kayfabe world, right?
I mean, Hogan's always working, so you always can't be sure.
Hogan's such a
where's the
damn
line?
liar too.
Yeah.
Well, even when Hogan got sued, see, he tried to use the defense that he was the character Hogan when he did all these allegations of things he was sued of. He was never. Terry Bollea and Hulk Hogan are two different people.
Yeah, and I think
So-
it would. When you say that that the character Hulk Hogan had a 12-inch penis, but Terry Bollea didn't.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. No, that was true. He
Yeah.
He actually said that on the stand.
Wasn't it?
Funny.
What didn't Linda say? Like everything's bigger in Hogan Land except for certain things.
Damn.
So, but that's the topic that I wanted to discuss. Is this the actual disappointment that I have when it comes to the McMahon family? Just because of, you know, I've been watching wrestling since. I mean, honestly, I watched since I can remember, since I was a little kid. You know, it was like,
Yeah.
And knowing that someone has been doing this allegedly for so many years, it honestly like just taints everything. It really does. That involved him.
does.
That involved him. Not like, you know, your favorite characters and whatnot, but But it makes me wonder,
I mean, yeah.
like the female referee who sued them for sexual harassment. Nicole Bass sued them for sexual harassment. Sable sued them for sexual harassment. So it's like, how much of this was accurate and true? And then the other piece of this is Brock Lesnar was the one that was stuff being trafficked to him. So what's happening with him and Sable? Because think about it. If Sable sued them because this was happening to her, and then Brock's the one doing this, that's got to cause some serious shit in your marriage.
Yeah, imagine Sable that you leave this company. It's like I'm finally free of this pervert Vince McMahon, and I find this nice guy Brock, and then now all this comes up later. Imagine how she's feeling.
Look,
Yeah, it's like I'm with you. It taints a lot of the things that. I think there will be no more blood McMahon's running this company going forward. Stephanie's not coming back. Shane's not coming back. This new brass is going to wipe this away, and they're going to downplay any of the classics. So you're not going to see Vince front and center. He's going to be Chris Benoit, for lack of a better term. You're not going to see that. And they've already cut him out of the openings for when you see SmackDown and Raw. So I can't. And one of my favorite things to watch during Halloween was the Roddy Piper one skit on Halloween where he's like stuffing it, getting the bricks and wrapping them with the tinfoil and the bowling balls. And Vince McMahon was a part of that, and Stephanie was in there as well. And that just kind of, with everything that's coming at this point and that is alleged, it kind of just sheds it in a very different light, and it's not as fun to watch anymore.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's move on to another topic.
Well, this kind of leads into my topic.
Yep.
Sure.
Because all the stuff you're hearing now, I want to talk about like a lot of the wrestling documentaries and stuff I've been watching on TV for the past month. I remember when I spent Christmas at Raven's house with his family, we sat there and watched wrestling documentaries, which was awesome. And even though some of the things you hear about right now about the McMahon family and stuff, there were far more crazy stuff that happened in the wrestling world. This is just another part of like accurate, nowadays. But from watching some of those documentaries, I saw some crazy stuff, people shooting each other, gunfights, mafia hits, everything. And, with the territories. So,
like Dino Bravo type stuff?
Dino Bravo, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but what you're hearing from Vince, yeah, that's shocking. But and I think why it's so big, it's because the company has exploded. Yeah. But honestly, stuff like this has been going on for the longest time. Because you think about what Vince was doing. What about what Moolah was doing?
Oh, yeah.
Moolah, she was the original trafficker. So.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why it's the Mae Young Classic. It was originally called the Fabulous Moolah Tournament.
It sure was.
Yeah.
But one of the things there's the bad side of that, but then there were some things I really enjoyed. Like you mentioned, like the dark side of the rings. The great part about I love watching those. They just actually started the new season. I got it recorded. I haven't watched it yet. The one with Buff Bagwell. But I really have gotten into the A&E specials with the Rivals and the the documentaries they're doing. Now, one in particularly that caught me off guard, and I was talking to Raven about it, and it changed my whole aspect on this person when I saw it.
Are you gonna progress your love for? Are you gonna progress your love for CM Punk? Are you gonna do it?
No. No, I've been down that road and I fell on. But seriously, what one wrestler really impressed me that I didn't know, and then I actually have two because I watched another one special on first one was Sergeant Slaughter. Oh my goodness, his documentary was so eye-opening. A lot of stuff I did not know about him. And
was that a good way or a bad way? Yeah.
A good way.
Okay.
Yeah. Number one, I didn't know he was never in the military,
Nope.
but he was so influential and with a lot of people doing stuff in the military. Number two, and part of the documentary, he actually left WWE to work for Hasbro to do the Sergeant Slaughter for G.I. Joe. He quit to do that.
Yep.
Because at that time, WWE had a contract with LJN. And they were making those really huge plastic hard figures that wouldn't move. And Slaughter, he met with his family and decided to go with Hasbro because his wife told him, "You'll always be a wrestler, but you'll never, this is your only opportunity to be a G.I. Joe." And then I didn't realize when he retired, he is actually responsible for a lot of the wrestlers that we know to be historically in the business that came to the WWE.
Oh yeah, he
Number
was
one
like the scout. Yeah.
Yeah, he discovered Sean Waltman.
Yep.
He
Xbox.
discovered well, he didn't discover, but he was responsible for bringing Scott Hall into WWE.
That was when he was
And
a
if you
Diamond
remember-
Stud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you remember
I
in the WWE Attitude Era when they were doing the DX skits and Sergeant Slaughter was the commissioner, he was putting them over when just having to take all their shenanigans and everything. So yeah, that's
That
ties in pretty nice.
The crazy part about it, and like behind the scenes, his home life. He said what I loved about him. He actually lives here in North Carolina, and his wife left him because she felt like he was married to wrestling than her. Shame on her because what he did for his family, and he was one of the few people that when he was at home. He was, what's his name? John something. He wasn't Sergeant Slaughter. And the crazy thing about it is, everything he has, his memorabilia, everything, he does not have nothing that says Sergeant Slaughter inside his house. Because, he's himself inside his home. All that's outside in another part of his property. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And normally when they do these documentaries, they never talk to him. He was actually the one leading the documentary.
Wow.
So I thought it was really interesting. If you get a chance to watch that one, that was really good. Now the other one that really caught me off guard was the one with I watched one with John Cena.
Oh yeah. Earthquake. Yep.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, man. Wow, that was amazing.
The only man
That
that in
dude-
the WWE that was literally 20 and looked like he was 45.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually lived in Japan in the mid 80s, and that's when I actually got my start watching pro wrestling. It was in Japan. It was before I even watched WWF, and I got into All Japan Pro Wrestling, and I see this mountain of a man named John Tenta, and finding out later that, yeah, he's a former sumo wrestler, and he was just this big badass dude that just can pick people up and just. So yeah, seeing that as a kid was just awesome.
And it was so sad that before he died, how he ended his career, he was a retail store worker and a truck driver.
I knew he was a
Wound
truck
up
driver.
getting-
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did this to support his family because, a lot of people, the gimmick was up, and stuff like that. But, yeah, he supported his family. And when he died, nobody from the wrestling world came to his funeral,
I know.
which was really sad.
Well,
Yeah. And
him,
it seems to be a sad tradition too, because Mean Gene Okerlund didn't have anybody come to his funeral either. Yeah.
I think didn't him and Tugboat Shockmaster, didn't they have a falling out and that's why he didn't go?
Yeah, but the crazy thing, he was one of the people they were interviewing, and, he was talking about how he loved them. He was his brother and all this other stuff, And I'll tell you the funny part about the whole thing. It was really, sad, but the funniest part about the whole thing is they were interviewing Haku, Ming. Apparently, Ming and John Tenta were, really good friends. And
That's a hell of a friend.
yeah, and they said they asked Haku, "Have you ever seen the Shockmaster footage?" He goes, "No, what's that?" And so they showed him, and that man laughed for like 10 minutes straight. That was the
Yeah.
funniest thing. He had never seen that footage. And he's like, he sat there and laughed for 10 minutes straight.
That's awesome.
That man's
Yeah. That was worth it alone just to see Haku laugh on that Dark
Yes.
Side of the Ring. Just knowing how badass of he is and all the stories we heard about him, and just kind of see him do a genuine belly laugh seeing at the Shockmaster was great.
Yeah. On the side note, you do know his son, Tama, is in WWE now.
Yep.
Future Bloodline
From
member,
the-
possibly.
He's probably going to show up
From
at
you-
WrestleMania.
But
We'll
to
get that.
sum it up is basically these documentaries are very interesting. The ones on A&E are more, I guess I want to say family oriented, but don't really dwell
Yeah.
real deep. But the ones on Vice, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
And
Dark
what-
Side of the Ring and Tales of
Yeah.
the Territories, man.
Yeah. And
Those
going
things-
to John, the John Tenta documentary Earthquake. It was interesting because he does not fit in the format of the Dark Side of the Ring. He had a lot of glowing praise from a lot of his peers, a lot of his friends, everything. He was not the typical person, the scumbag or the crook even like a criminal that was in there. By all accounts, John Tenta was a very nice man, a big teddy bear. For what happened.
I think the reason why it was the Dark Side of the Ring stories because basically they treated him like crap.
Yeah. Basically, when they were done with him, they had nothing to do with him, and it kind of showed towards the end of his life that he got no help from anybody from the business, and nobody came to his funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my take. I really these things have really been interesting, and I love them. The A&E. I gotta watch the one on Scott Hall. That was last week. They're doing one on Diamond Dallas Page next week, and then Roman Reigns is coming up pretty soon. So those are very interesting.
So we have come to that time, guys. You guys' favorite part. Y'all ready for some trivia?
Mhm.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. So, first one. What WWE superstar has been champion for 75% of their career thus far? So it is an active competitor.
I would have to
Seth.
say any kind of champion or the champion.
It is any kind of champion, but they have been champion 75% of their career so far.
My guess would be Gunther.
Look, you can't come in here and get it right off the bat, rookie.
I was actually thinking the same exact thing.
I think at this point we should just tattoo the IC belt on Gunther.
Mhm.
Actually, he had the UK championship the most.
Oh yeah,
870
He
days.
had that
Yeah.
one. Was it how many days?
870.
That's what I thought. It was like 800 when he was
870,
Walter.
yeah.
Canada.
Like Walter, and yeah, he lost it to I can't remember who he lost it to, but that was the only loss I can remember he's had so far. Dragunov, that's right.
He lost.
Yeah.
He lost it to Dragunov at a what
Like
was
a-
it? NXT takeovers.
Yeah.
He did lose to Gable by count out a long time ago. That was I think.
All right.
Well, he also lost his last match in NXT was against Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This one is a tough one. What wrestler or superstar, whatever you want to call him, has the most recorded wins for matches but never won the world title?
Ooh,
That is
that's a. Is it an active wrestler or retired or could be either one?
If I say it, it will give it away, but I will tell
That's-
you it is older.
Older. Okay. Huh, that never won a world title.
The world title?
The WWF
person
World
out-
Champion.
Okay. Gee. I have two actually.
Yeah.
All right, fire away.
One's Scottish and one's Latino.
Okay.
Well, he said he's Scottish. Because I'm thinking either Roddy Piper or Tito Santana.
It is Tito Santana.
I held my breath for a second. I thought you were going to say Razor Ramon. It's like he's not really Latino.
It is Tito Santana with 1,071 matches won without a championship.
Oh yeah. He held tag and IC belts, but never the world title.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Piper's never held the world title either.
Right. Yeah. Same thing with him. Tag and IC belts, but yeah, never the world title.
All right. What superstar was studying to become a doctor before their whole college went on strike, and instead they became a wrestler and had the highest grades in the class to become a doctor? Literally the top of the class.
Yeah, the only doctor I know of is Chris Nowinski, but that's
Nope, he's an actual doctor.
no, he's an actual doctor. Yeah. So a doctor and just name only. Okay.
Yep, this person did not finish and never became a doctor.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Let me think. Did he go back to school?
They did not go back to school.
Are they currently wrestling?
Ish.
Ish. Okay.
Ish.
Let me guess. Does he play video games all the time?
Did I say it was a he?
Oh, that's Britt Baker then, right?
How about saying you're not talking Britt Baker? That's the only person I can.
I'd guess.
Both of you, get out of here.
She is
Okay,
a dentist,
she is an actual dentist, practicing dentist. So that's right.
Yes.
Y'all give up?
Give
Give me a second. Give me a second.
All right, Raven. All right, Raven. Raven gets a guess.
I believe in you, Raven.
Woo.
Quote the Raven.
Nevermore. I'm just gonna throw it out there 'cause she's hot as hell, Dakota Kai.
No. The correct answer is Trish Stratus.
Oh. I've only known her as a former fitness model. Didn't know she was driving.
Yeah, I had no clue on that one.
Yeah,
All right.
noticed her for being on all fours. But anyway.
And
Last
working.
one,
Working.
and then we'll do the rest at the end.
Okay.
Who is the only wrestler to compete in the Royal Rumble in 4 different decades?
So
And if you would like, I will give you the years.
because the Rumble was in the 80s, 90s, so 4 different decades. Okay.
4 different decades.
Okay.
Taker?
Good guess, though. Missed it by 1. Literally 2. He missed it by a year.
Wow.
I'd say Edge.
Look, this rookie got to come in here and keep getting all these right.
Damn.
Yeah. Because Edge has just been around a long time.
Yep, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s.
Yeah.
I'll see. That's where you threw me off because I was thinking well, did the Rumbles were in the 90s or did they start in the 80s?
Yeah. It was like the late 80s because I know they had ones before the best Royal Rumble of all time.
Yeah,
on that
because
one.
I know didn't Hacksaw win the first one?
He did, but it was not. It was it wasn't a pay-per-view at that point.
But it wasn't
Right.
televised. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it was on
And
the USA Network or something. Primetime wrestling back in the day.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that you said it, I will do one more, and then we'll get back to the topics.
Wow.
All right. So, Hacksaw Jim Duggan and 2 other wrestlers were proclaimed the King of the Ring but never actually won the tournament. Can you name them?
2 other kings. Oh, who never won the tournament.
They never won the tournament, but they were declared king.
I know what. Because would it count the one that Duggan lost the crown to, the Macho King?
No.
Would that be one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because Duggan actually won it. Or Duggan was... He actually had... It didn't count for that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. So he actually won that, and then somebody
Yep.
somebody who was crowned but was never officially declared a king by a tournament or any other way. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Triple H,
No.
Booker T.
No.
Damn.
Was it Haku and Baron Corbett?
You got one of them. It was Haku.
Haku, that's right. Yeah, because Harley Race got injured, and then Bobby Heenan gave the crown to Haku. So.
Look, this one surprised me. This one got me. I had no idea on this one.
So I got the Haku one right.
Yep.
And so the other one was was it Mabel?
Nope.
Mabel won a tournament. Yeah,
Mabel beat the Undertaker for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was where he crushed his face.
I was gonna say Zelina Vega, but she won a tournament for that one for Queen of the Ring. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They did. The last one they had Xavier Woods won.
yeah, he won a tournament there too. So
Yeah.
that's
A king. The only other person I can really think of is it what's his name? The announcer now. Barrett.
Nope.
Damn it.
King Derek.
Barrett was world champion.
We're talking
man.
about WWF Kings, right? Not Kings.
Yes,
that
it is.
existed in other-
It just says kings. That's all it says.
Oh, all Kings. Okay.
Well, it says
Because
King of the Ring, so I guess it's exclusively WWE.
Okay.
Well,
'Cause,
yeah.
my guess would have been
Please-
Lawler because I don't think I
Yeah, I
don't
was
can't
like,
remember.
please
any
don't make
tournament.
it the obvious one.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Harley Race?
Harley Race. Harley Race won a tournament, right?
No.
Or,
Well, I'm just saying he called himself the king for the longest time. He walked around with the king and all that. But the correct answer is the king of strong style. Shinsuke Nakamura. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He just became king. He just stole the crown, and then what's his name? Rick Boog started playing guitar, or pantomiming
Oh, yeah.
guitar. I think.
Oh, he took it from Corbett.
Yeah, he literally stole it from Corbin. So
Yes. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Close by association.
What you got, Raven? What you got?
What I got? Let's see. So what I got is talk about the wonderful man known as Sting. Wow, he he got the send off he deserved in AEW, the one he should have got in the WWE.
Agreed.
I think that's my biggest.
You can't read my thoughts, but Seek and Destroy is playing in my head right now.
He was just so badly used in WWE.
It was definitely
I agree.
awesome, just to the way he went out. And
Yes.
I just gotta say, Darby Allin's fucking nuts.
Oh hell yeah! I was getting ready to
Oh,
get into Darby too. Darby,
Oh,
man, Darby's fucking crazy.
I think his goal is to be crippled by 30.
I'm serious, man.
Like,
I'll
you
tell
look
you
at
what,
stuff
yeah.
that he's doing versus stuff that Mankind and Terry Funk did, and it's like 10 times worse.
yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm actually kind of worried about him do this Mount Everest thing in a couple of months or so, but because it doesn't sound like he's done a lot of training for this, and just the kind of way he sounded when Darby did that promo on last Wednesday, it's like, holy shit, this sounds like a farewell. I was like, dude, I'm hoping you get through this, man.
Yeah,
A lot
he
of
is.
people die in that in real life, man.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's crazy. He is a crazy son
Yeah.
of a gun.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I am far from a Young Bucks fan, but the stories that I've heard that Sting actually wanted to put them over for the match and go out on his back, but they said no. They said Sting deserves this moment. He deserves to go out with a win and into the sunset. So I respect him and Tony Khan for saying, "Oh yeah, you deserve to have that." And I think it was a great feel good moment to have Sting leave that way with a win.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
the best part of the night was his sons coming out in his other
Yes.
attires.
Oh,
That was
dude,
awesome.
That was awesome. That
That
was a
was-
good thought
His
out.
his youngest son, the one that was in the red, white, and blue, dude, that's literally him.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And that's the thing I grew up with.
Now,
This
did you
old
see
America
the
boy.
one? You see the one in the red who overshot the Stinger splash, and they were, and they were talking about how they were practicing trying to do it, and they were like falling over the ropes and stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
they kept overshooting it. I was like,
Oh yeah.
what?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought we were gonna have a what was it, Cesaro moment where he knocks himself unconscious hitting the ring post.
Oh,
Because
I think it was Cesaro.
like-
Was that Cesaro? It was somebody.
Yeah. But I will
I didn't
tell
see
you
it.
that I thought that was awesome, and I did not realize Sting was undefeated in AEW.
Yep.
yes,
Oh,
I didn't either.
yeah. Oh yeah,
And
Tony
I-
Khan had a great respect for Sting. He did not want him to lose at any point.
And I love it was like their biggest crowd by doing it in Greensboro. I was like, well, that was very smart.
I think it's like him and Oscar are like the last two to go undefeated for an organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well-
yeah, you're right. I mean, Raven, that was to me that was that was just awesome. And you know the tributes coming in, but the one person that spoiled it, and I actually read an article today, and about that's another. He's on CM Punk Hulk Hogan status with me, and that is Kevin Nash. Kevin
Yeah.
Nash is the biggest piece of shit out there. And because he told everybody first he couldn't go to Sting's final match. Sting invited him because the WWE would not let him because of his contract. Which
And
so
then he
did,
backtracked on that.
yeah, there
and
was something that came out about that. Yeah.
yeah, he backtracked and said Sting wanted him to be a part of the match, but he was like, well, yeah, I hate the Young Bucks, so me power bombing them, Jack Knight power bombing them would have took the spotlight away from Sting. I said, you're so full of yourself, it's not even funny.
Right.
He is one of the biggest mediocre wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, he's
well, one
he
of the
didn't
worst
wanna
drawing
take-
WWE champions ever. So
Yeah, he didn't want to take the spotlight from Sting by doing that.
Whatever. His damn knees couldn't hold up to do the fucking Young Bucks.
All right, so wait. Now that you said that, who do you think would hold up better, Kevin Nash's knee or Psycho Sid's leg for a powerbomb?
Psycho Sid's
I would
leg.
have to, I would have to say Psycho Sid's leg. It's got
Yes,
it's
sir.
got a pin in it now.
Yup.
he's got pin on it. And he's been playing a lot of softball throughout the year, so he can condition that leg. So.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did read where another on the thing. Sid sued WCW for that
He did.
because he did not want to jump off the top rope, and they
Yep.
made him.
Yep. And then he
yeah.
sued Steiner too because Steiner moved him and he knew he was hurt.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
and it was
did
crazy
y'all hear-
because I watched it, and Animal.
I watched that live when it happened.
Well,
Ooh.
yeah, this is one where Animal just did that half-hearted stomp, right?
Yeah, just I was
Yeah.
like, dude, the dude's leg.
I
dude's
remember
legs are
I
getting
was
better.
I was watching it with a buddy of mine because we had ordered the pay-per-view, and I remember seeing it, and I was like, he jumped off the rope and he landed. I was like, dude, he just broke his fucking leg, and he's like, no, he didn't, no. And then like
that thing
Sid raised his
dangling.
leg up and it's just dangling. He goes, holy shit, you're right.
Dude, it was obvious when he landed the way that leg
Oh, well, and then what, on Monday Night Nitro night? Turn your head if you don't want to watch this, but we're going to show it 30,000
Right,
times in slow
right.
motion.
And now
And
it's like
that's how Scott Steiner got heat on himself by just, hey, let me show this again.
it's like recently the NFL has stopped doing that to where they'll just turn away, but it's like up until the NFL, it was like every time there was a graphic moment in sports, hey, we'll show you this. Like Nick Chubb this year. Did y'all see what happened to that? That was freaking nasty. Oh, so Nick Chubb's leg was literally turned into an actual T.
Oof.
Like dotted and crossed. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
So
Yeah, to shift a little bit, I guess, on this very great talk here. Did you hear the rumors that Ric Flair actually went up to Tony Khan and wanted to work the idea that he would double cross Sting one more time?
yeah, I
in this
saw
match?
that. God no.
Yeah, okay. No,
I know, Odysseus. I know.
What?
He's your favorite, but let the man go out to pasture. Good lord.
Nah, man. He's in my top 5, but
Flair's not your number one anymore?
No. Dusty's always been my number 1.
Oh, that's because you're a smart man.
Okay.
Yeah, Flair was up there. Dusty, Flair, and Sting were always my top 3. But yeah, Flair for me was younger Flair. Flair was one of the people who heel or face. He was still Ric Flair.
He was a horrible
Yep.
face. An absolutely horrible
Yeah.
face.
Oh yeah, but he would do it though.
Yeah.
That's like getting
And then-
$1 Million Man to play a face. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I was a kid yelling at Sting, "Don't trust Flair," and he still did, and he gets screwed over, and the Horsemen are beating him down.
Yes, RoboCop and all that crazy crap.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Clarence Bonniger.
Yeah,
I mean, look, I can admit it. I love Flair, but he does not need to be in the ring anymore. He's going to drop dead in that damn ring.
he already knows that. I mean, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
I think he tried last year. It didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that match.
Oh,
And he faked a heart attack. Everybody was like, okay.
okay.
He's pulling an Eddie
Poor
Guerrero. Stop
Andrade.
him.
You know, when you hear that term, people having to carry people in a match, Andrade literally had to carry Flair around in that match. He was just
That was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
yeah.
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 And what I love about Sting is I don't see him doing that. I think he's retired. He's retired.
Well,
Yeah,
you do know there's a sad part about that too. Like 2 weeks ahead of that, his father passed away.
Sting, really? No, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they were supposed to be promoting the match on Sting. Like disappeared like 2 weeks before the match to be with his family, and showed up like the last week before the match.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he was scheduled to be on. I think it was either that Wednesday or he was supposed to be on that Saturday for Collision. That they had announced it, but then him and some other people were not on the show, and they had to kind of do an audible. But yeah, Sting's father had passed away, like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, like 2 weeks before that match.
Yep.
So, and Sting, is 60 something? So I guess his father was probably in his 90s.
He wrestled for
Exactly.
39 years, man.
Just shy of
That's
40. Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Surfer Sting.
I was
seems
in
to be
diapers
long
when he
enough.
started.
Well, and here's the other thing. This is where I feel Tony Khan was shitty about. Everybody was bitching that WWE would not allow them to use footage of Sting from the WCW archives and when he was in WWE. The truth of the matter is Tony Khan never asked them.
Right.
Yeah, because they gave him a shout out on what was it, Raw or SmackDown? Yeah, they gave him a
Raw,
shout out.
yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That can be
they
even
shut that down
acknowledged that
quick
was
when Pat was like, "That was a hell of a match." Okay,
Oh, yeah,
Gunther has
moving
him
on.
in the headlock now. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, we don't watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, they totally watch it. They don't. They don't.
That was about as funny as, on a side note, they showed on Raw, they showed like WWE wrestlers at the UFC event, and they showed Rhea Ripley and Buddy Murphy.
Well, then-
And they's like, yeah, Rhea Ripley was there, and Pat McAfee, who sat beside her? And they were like, next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they married now? I thought they were just engaged.
No, they're married.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. 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 It's similar. No, they just mentioned, oh, Dom's not here. They didn't mention that Dirty Dom got married recently as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don got booed at his own wedding.
That
did.
is great.
He did.
That's great.
I've already said Dom to me is got the heat potential of an iron sheet.
Yeah, he does. I mean, yeah, there's wrestlers who go through their entire career not getting the heat that Dom's got. What, in his second full year wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wow,
and the crazy
so
thing
that's
about Dom, I think me and Raven had a disagreement discussion a couple years ago when I told him, I said Dom would be a better wrestler if he left his dad.
Yeah.
When he first came in as a tag team green,
His
barely
knees will
had
last
it. I
longer.
said,
Yeah.
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 And I said,
Yeah.
he would be better if he leaves his dad. I'm not, but look at him now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, he's one of the best at what he does. He has that Miz factor.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
good heel, a great heel.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Pairing him with Rhea Ripley definitely helped too, just because she can kind of be the woman he hides behind, and just kind of she can be the heavy, and they work really well together. Yeah.
It was the perfect storm, though.
She beat his ass into submission to start with.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that storyline was basically Beth Phoenix and Santino Marella, right?
right. Pretty much so. Yeah.
But you got to give props to Corey Graves too, because he sold the hell out of Dirty
Oh my
Dom's
God.
being in the jail, being
Oh,
in the
yeah.
yard.
Keep talking.
It wasn't the
Michael,
Miz that
you're
revealed
gonna
he was like he was in a holding
You're
cell
gonna
for
get
2 hours on the Miz.
Yeah. Keep talking. You're gonna get shanked.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there for that entrance at WrestleMania when it was Dom versus Ray, and Dom's entrance just looked. It was hilarious. It was awesome. It was all at the same time where he got out of the paddy wagon wearing the Rey Mysterio mask and handcuffed, and the security guards coming out too. So, yeah,
That was hilarious.
yeah.
That's funny.
Look, I'll be honest with you. If you told me when he was wrestling with his dad that he'd be what he is now, I would like you crazy. He needs to go to NXT because he sucks.
Look,
Right.
man,
Man,
what
he
what,
is
what about
really
when they were
nice.
fighting for custody of him?
Oh Lord.
Oh man, and that was legally binding too, right?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie's his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
I can-
mullet.
you can see the
It's the
resemblance.
mullet.
Mhm.
Look, honestly, man, they should have went so many places with that storyline. Like Eddie should have sold him to something, like, or made him go. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many things they could have done that. But
Oh yeah.
all right, Mr. Atlanta, what you got?
I think what we got here is, I think the people's pivot, as I call it, is shaping up to bring on one of the most memorable WrestleMania moments, that even more memorable than if we just kind of stayed the course, or heaven forbid went with the rumored original story where The Rock was going to cut in line to face Roman Reigns, and then Cody was going to finish his story like next WrestleMania or whenever, or something like that. But and I tend to think that was the original plan. The fans reacted a la Daniel Bryan in WrestleMania 30, and then they made a pivot that included The Rock, and just has made some really great television over the last few weeks, especially on SmackDown, with the back and forth between The Rock, the press conference, and everything that's going into that. So I mean, there are so many possibilities now. of course, the injury to CM Punk, that was going to be the original WrestleMania Night 1 main event with Seth Rollins, CM Punk was going to be that, but with him being injured now, we have this Night 1 main event where it's going to be Roman Reigns, The Rock, Cody, and Seth. And what is it? If the Bloodline side wins, then it's anything goes. There's Bloodline rules. If Cody's side wins, then it's going to be, then he's free and clear of the Bloodline. He's going to have a one-on-one match with Roman Reigns. Does anybody really believe that's going to happen going into Night 2?
So here's what's going to happen. So Rollins and Cody will win, and then the cousin shows up. That's Haku's son.
So technically not the Bloodline.
Nope.
So,
that's how they're going to swerve that. And think about this. I want you guys to think about this. What if Cody's story isn't to finish the story? If he's following his dad's footsteps and he's finishing his dad's story, maybe finishing his dad's story is never winning it at WrestleMania.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Dusty never competed at WrestleMania. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I still disagree, though, with the... I don't think Cody and Seth are going to win that one. I think Cody and Seth are going to lose, so it will be Bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and it feels like, The Rock is going to cost Roman somehow, and they get the title, and that's going to be the ignition to get to Roman versus The Rock, whether it's going to be later in the year or if they wait until next year. They've done it before with Rock and Cena, where they would tease a WrestleMania match for 1 year and just take a year to hype it. So, but yeah, I think there's going to be, because they're already stacking the deck. Because Rock says to Cody that if you don't finish this, you will never compete for a title again, and it didn't work too well when he did in AEW, if we remember that, for him. The crowd kind of turned against him, but yeah.
I like them planting the little seed where Roman was like, "You have to acknowledge me."
Oh yeah,
that was a nice touch.
Man, they're planting so many seeds in that little thing. Is Roman gonna turn on Rock? Is Rock gonna turn on Roman? Is Seth gonna turn on Cody? That's just so many twists in that.
Yeah, there's so many ways. I mean, this could be like a big babyface turn for Roman if they do it right for later in the year if he were to like lose the title, go away, and then come back, and then.
So here's my problem with the whole match.
Yeah.
With this match happening, that means that Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre's match means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty much an afterthought right now.
It is. And it sucks because Drew deserves it.
He does.
Well, here's the crazy. That being said, I have so many things that we all know Cody and Seth are going to lose the tag team match. I think they are. I think
they are. It's got.
One of the reasons is it's probably going to be Drew McIntyre.
I don't know if they'll go that route. Honestly, what I could see them doing, if he's well enough, is I could see Drew coming down and then CM Punk stopping Drew.
No, here's what I see. I see Drew costing them the match that way because Seth is really ignoring him. He costs them the match. Then I see, Drew and Seth for their match. Then I see Punk interfering in that, causing Drew that match.
Well, that can't happen though because the Drew and Seth Rollins match takes place before the Rock match. The Rock match is the main event.
No. Seth and Drew are Sunday night.
Yeah, they're night 2.
Oh,
they're night 2.
They advertised it at night 1 on the card thing that I saw. That's my bad.
Nah, it's night 2. It's part of the main event.
So you have both championship matches on night 2? That's dumb.
Yeah. And they're going to probably open one on night 2.
That is dumb.
Back-to-back matches. Yeah.
That's like The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels going on 5th. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
See, that was part of one of the documentaries I watched.
I know, I saw that.
Yes. Oh my
Or
God.
Hogan and Rock not main eventing back in the day.
Yeah.
But and my other theory is I think Bloodline Rules is going to backfire on them because that means Cody can bring down somebody too if he wants to.
Yeah.
What about if Jay is the one to turn on Jimmy, and it fucks everything up?
Because that's kind of like, to me, that's the undercard because that's still part of the Bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in the main event, like whenever stuff's going down, like and the Bloodline's getting involved and all that, and he's getting ready to they're jumping in the ring to stop him, and then Jimmy goes to like elbow drop to stop the count or whatever, and next thing you know, Jay comes in with a flying super kick and the count goes through.
Oh, on who? Cody?
Yeah.
Or Roman?
Roman's gonna lose because they couldn't get there to save him. Well, instead, like basically one of them, it's a way to protect Roman to where he doesn't get pinned. He's like, basically he doesn't look weak, right?
But yeah, at the same time, you don't want somebody to hand Cody the win. Cody should get it on his own.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then I could see Cody pinning The Rock, and then Roman, I never lost, you did, type scenario.
Yeah.
So,
but then how would he lose the belt though, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Because then it'd be 1-on-1.
Or in Bloodline Rules, Rock winds up hitting Roman.
Yeah.
Accidentally, quotation marks.
Or
and
or Roman spears The Rock on accident, and then The Rock costs him the championship the next night.
Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. There's no stipulation against the Bloodline from showing up during the tag match, is there?
No.
No,
okay.
they can.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Seth and Cody ain't winning now.
Good.
Do you think Dustin shows up?
No.
His contract's over.
All right. Speaking of that, wouldn't it be cool? I think I told Raven this. What I think would be cool, sort of like what they did with the Sting thing, but I think for Cody's entrance at WrestleMania, I think it would be cool if, they start out with his, wrestling has more than one royal family, and then they start playing, I know a lot of people hate it, but they start playing the Dusty Rhodes, he's the Common Man song. Yeah. And then they show a hologram. Because you know how they can do that, of Dusty coming down to the ring.
Oh, that would be
fun.
Huh?
With Sapphire.
Oh, God, please no.
Man, don't
anyway,
Sapphire, if you will.
But, and then behind that, you have, like, what if you had an appearance by, actually, that's what I was saying, what if Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, was actually there and came down to the ring with his music going and, his persona. And then, like, you either have people dressed up or you have, like, another hologram of Cody Rhodes, each of his personas come down to the ring, including Stardust. And then it ends with him with the American Nightmare coming down to the ring.
Yeah.
Including Dashing Cody Rhodes, too. Including Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
So you know what else could happen, and people aren't actually thinking about this. You know that you guys know who Magnum TA is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's getting voted in? You know that yeah, you know that's his godfather, right?
Who?
Cody Rhodes. That is his godfather.
Oh yeah.
Also,
TA and Dusty kicked it back.
Also, did you know that Jerry Sags and Brian Knobbs are related to Cody Rhodes?
They look like Dusty.
So if you think about it, you could also have them show up to be part of, quote, his bloodline to save him in the match to where it's one-on-one.
Because his speech is, I know he got me with his speech on Raw. He's like when he said, "I can't hand the belt to Dusty."
Yeah.
The only person I can hand it to is my mom. I was like, whoa, that was kind of deep.
Look, man, I'll admit, like, I love watching all that, but sometimes, like, R-Truth, when he told Paul Heyman, you know, dude, you talk a lot. I feel the same way about Cody Rhodes sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, he does come off as a politician sometimes.
I'm just like, look, man, I don't know what you're saying. You talk a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you leave Cody alone.
No,
It runs in the
I
family.
hope he finishes, and the reason I hope he finishes is I love long-term storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because this will be 2 years in the making. And you know, he finishes the story, Bloodline ends, maybe have a new start, whatever. But, you know.
I think Dustin shows up.
I would love that. That would be
Yeah, that
That
would
would be
be
a nice
awesome.
surprise. Yeah. Yeah.
I had no clue his contract was up. That's
Yep.
awesome.
It's up, and I believe, honestly, what I think is going to happen is I think he's going to show up, and he's going to retire. This is it.
Oh, yeah, he called for the retirement.
He wanted to retire whenever him and Cody were partners in AEW. And he's like, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah. When he's
Yep.
about to take his boots off.
Cody-
And, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody stopped him. I remember that.
Yep. So.
But do you remember back in the day in the old WCW when Dusty made that speech to Dustin about having him as a partner?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Before
Oh,
the War Games match.
nah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Huh? That was good Lord. That was some. Now you see where Cody got it from. I was like, man,
Oh, yeah.
y'all
Yeah.
Rhodes be doing some speak. Y'all nasty on the mic now. Y'all hit the feels
Oh,
on the
yeah.
mic. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
I mean, from what I understand, Dusty was like that in real life. I read the Diamond Dallas's page, his recent book about being unstoppable. And he talked about a time where he didn't think he could cut it in the wrestling business. And he was told Dusty, who was training him, that. And Dusty said, if you don't think you can do it, you need to get the fuck out of here. And he was just like, really mad at him, telling him that. And I can imagine, holy shit. If Dusty's telling you to get your ass back in the ring, you're going to get your ass back in the ring.
Y'all need to watch the interview where Flair talks about his hatred for Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh, I have to hear that.
Flair's turned out to be a bitch because I heard an interview from Teddy Long. He's like, I don't know what Flair's problem was, but he could not stand me.
I mean, I'm right there with Flair. I never liked Teddy Long, man, ever.
Tell you what?
That's exactly why.
Yeah. You know what that means, right?
What?
You're going 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
Oh, that's that's probably accurate. That's okay. I'll go dig up Butch Reed and have him beat up Teddy Long again.
Holla.
That's cool. You tell him to go dig him up. That's wrong.
Damn.
Well, I guess he
Hey,
is
Ron
all
Simmons is
natural.
still
now.
around. You could get him.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
he is all natural now. But anyway.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Damn.
All right, let's do some more trivia before we start talking about our match.
All right.
All right, let's see here. I got to get it fired up. Oh, yeah. All right. So, this one encompasses sports or wrestling as a whole, not necessarily AEW or WWE. Who is the longest reigning African American world champion ever?
World champion, not tag team or anything. World.
This is
okay.
world. It is the world champion, is what it says. It does not specify whether it's WWE champion or WCW champion or AEW champion. It just says who is the longest reigning African American champion.
Would it be Booker?
No, good guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely was not Ron Simmons. He was the first, but I don't think his reign lasted that long.
Yeah.
Nope.
I want to say Ron Killings.
No.
Oh God, you didn't have to jump me like that.
Right? Damn.
I wasn't meaning it like that. I was just saying like he was not even in the top 3.
But you know he was world champion, right?
I know.
Okay. He wasn't even in the top.
I'll give you another hint. This
Oh,
person
no.
is in the
don't
top
say-
3 twice.
Top 3 twice.
Huh.
What- And I would have guessed Booker. but,
I
you know.
swear, Odysseus, if you don't get this,
Oh my God. In there
Wow.
twice.
I will give you another hint, and this is gonna give it away, but I don't care. Black Machismo.
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal.
Jay
Jay
Yeah.
Lethal.
Really?
427 days.
You know what?
Yeah.
ROH.
Yep.
You're right.
Yep.
ROH champion.
All right.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
I almost guessed Tyrus. I was like, oh God, no, not that.
Oh God, no. Wow.
I don't think anybody claims him.
I know.
Yeah, Fox News does, but anyway.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
Wah, wah, wah.
Black Machismo. I forgot about that. You know, we never really talk about ROH.
Yeah, we never talk about it, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was yeah. Okay.
let's see here.
That was very good.
All right, give me 1 second. I gotta pull up the next one.
Put your finger in it.
All right, here we go. This one is really gonna test your knowledge.
All right.
Who was on the receiving end of the very first RKO?
Oh, jeez.
Dang.
You mean the actual RKO? Or-
Yes, when he started calling it the RKO.
Okay, I thought I was gonna say, yeah.
Not the
because
diamond cutter.
I guess he got tired of calling it a diamond cutter. But anyway,
Right.
the first one. You know what?
Damn.
I think I saw this. You know what? It's just gonna sound crazy. I want to say Mae Young.
No.
Damn it.
You're close. It's around the same time period.
I don't think it's a man.
Was it Moolah?
Moolah was there, right?
It is not a female.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Well, dang it,
first
Odysseus.
Damn it. I watched the Randy Orton documentary a couple weeks ago. Shit.
And the correct answer is
Hold on.
I'm gonna be mad because I think I even saw it, but I can't remember it.
Oh, Lord. I
Damn.
cheated, but I did. That's actually interesting.
Uh-huh.
That is very interesting.
Stand
I was-
back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Hurricane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I literally just looked it up. That's why I didn't take a guess because I was like, I gotta know because this is throwing me.
Yep,
Man,
yep.
shoot.
The man who has a televised win over The Rock took the first RKO.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's see
Interesting.
here. Okay, so I got one more. What wrestler wrestled actively and weighed the most? And I will give you a hint. It is not Yokozuna. And this person appeared in dark matches for the WWE, but never actually wrestled for the WWE. And they were rumored to be taller than Andre. But with billing,
Somebody
they could
heavier
never
than
confirm. Yes,
Yeah. And somebody that's heavier than Yokozuna. That's going to be a
correct.
pretty short list.
That is a very short list.
Yeah.
Supposedly, this person, and this is going by billing weight, it's not actual weight. Because I'm pretty sure Yokozuna did not weigh 600 pounds when he
had like
wrestled.
He was like 4 or something.
This person was billed at 701 pound.
I literally have no clue on this one.
It's not Loch Ness from WCW, is it?
No, it is not.
Not was it Haystacks?
It is. It is.
I was in the ballpark because I remember I think Loch Ness was called Giant Haystacks back in the day. Too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
because he wore the big overalls, jean overalls, and a white T-shirt.
Yep.
I've seen pictures of him.
Yep. He
That's the
was
only person I
rumored
could
to be
think of.
2 inches taller than Andre, but Andre's like, you know, the gimmick of giant is mine. Actually, Giant Gonzalez was taller than Andre.
I actually saw a picture of that today.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like 4 inches taller.
Who?
Yep.
Giant Gonzalez
Oh God, him.
or El Gante in WCW.
I guess.
El Gante
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bodysuit with the hair in all the right places.
Yeah.
And they also had him as a Yeti when they basically did the raping of Hogan in the middle of the ring.
Oh my god.
WCW.
Yeah.
Oh Lord!
All right,
Wow,
so oh, go ahead.
I said I got another one.
All right, what is it?
Oh no, that was it. No,
Oh,
another
I
one
got you. I
right,
got you.
yeah.
I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
another one. Right. Okay, yeah.
I'm
All right.
old.
So this is going to be one little piece of trivia. This I can't really. I mean, this one's pretty obvious. Like if I give you a question or if I word it correctly or whatever. Did y'all know that Michael Cole has been a announcer longer than the combination of Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura, and Bobby Heenan?
I could see that.
Yeah.
That's crazy
Since
to
the
me.
Attitude Era. Yeah. So
Yeah. Michael Cole started off as a young punk kid.
I remember
Man,
when
I
he did
know.
backstage interviews.
Oh.
Yeah. Back when WWE had Shotgun Saturday Night.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
The Rock always
That's
messing
right.
with him. Oh yeah. I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did he call him like a hermaphrodite or something at one point? Too?
Probably he called a lot of
Yeah.
people name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all right. So let's go on to what match we are excited with the most for WrestleMania.
I
Go ahead.
am actually excited for the Uso family feud. I'm excited for Jay versus Jimmy. I think in some aspects that's gonna steal the show.
I can see
I can
that.
absolutely see that.
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love that. Yeah, Jay main event Jey Uso is just carving an identity of his own, and he's got the crowd on his side. And he got Yeet over, and I'm annoyed by Yeet, and I'm not saying Yeet now, so that's how good he's been.
Ah,
at
that
it.
was
At getting
he's
that
like,
stuff.
Jimmy, I'm gonna beat the yeet out of your ass. I'm like,
You.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, one thing I like about Jay too, he gets to the point in 2 minutes, you never have to worry about him running over and going off the air. With,
Yeah. Yeah, did you see someone took a long shot of where the cameraman was telling The Rock to wrap it up? On
yeah,
Friday.
it's like almost like he's doing jumpy jacks basically.
I'm like, it's about to go out the air.
Yeah.
So I think you guys already know mine. Like I said, I love long-term storytelling. And I am so excited for Bailey and Io Sky. I think
I hate
that
you. That's what I was gonna say.
I think it's gonna steal the show.
They're having a match? Oh yeah, I forgot. Like everybody else did.
I didn't forget. You better shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Look, man,
Wasn't-
I feel like Bailey has to win this, right?
Yeah.
For her to get any credibility to be with Charlotte and Becky, and even Sasha, she's got to win this. You know, it's like
She's gonna need some help though too. It's 4 against 1, so who's gonna help her on that?
I think Naya's gonna step in.
Naya.
Yep.
All right.
And the reason I think it's gonna be Naya is I feel like Naya, because you know she's been pretty much going after Io and different things lately. I feel like she is going to try to go for Io, and she's gonna cost Io the match, and Bailey's gonna win. I don't think Bailey's gonna win it clean. I really don't, unless something happens where Damage Control gets banned from ringside. But I could also actually see where who is it? Chelsea Green, and who's Chelsea Green's partner?
Paper?
Yeah, well, Piper's hurt right now, so it's not Piper.
Oh, is she? Oh.
Yeah. That's why she hasn't been. That's why she hasn't appeared lately.
Look, you know who's gonna help Bailey?
Who?
Naomi.
Oh yeah, that could be too. But Naomi has no reason to. But obviously, if they brought her back,
here's the thing: they don't have a match for her.
Yeah.
They don't have anything for Jade. Right now, they don't have anything for Bianca.
Damn, that's true.
That's it.
You got to realize, but here's the thing. Remember, I talked to Raven about this some time ago. And I said what they're going to do, even though the women's division right now, they have a lot of people, what they're going to do, they're going to throw together some bullshit, gauntlet, battle royal type match, some kind of shit with the women, and put them all in there that don't have a match. Because you got to realize you only have 2 matches with women.
Yep.
You have Io versus Bailey, and you got Rhea versus
Becky.
versus Becky.
Becky, yeah.
That's it for 2 nights. That's it.
Yep. Well, no,
And
you got I'm sure that the Kabuki Warriors will have to defend, because almost isn't WrestleMania every title defended?
It is, but even that.
Yeah.
But who you haven't built anybody, like you said, the story. They're gonna throw a team together to fight.
Well, Candice LeRae's team they've been building them up.
Well, they're building them up as heels. Well, they're about to break apart because they're building Candice up as a heel and what's her name as a face, Indy.
Yeah.
Because of the crap they did Monday to Dupree.
Look, you don't know it, but Toxic Attraction's about to show back up.
Hell yeah.
Oh Lord.
I'm all about that.
I mean, when's the last time you saw Gigi, right?
True.
Right.
Well, yeah, Gigi lost a match last night because of a low blow. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But
She packing heat down there?
yeah, but even think about this. What about the match they threw together for Monday? The tag team. What is it? A 5-way tag team ladder match for the titles.
Yeah. Who do you
So now they're
not
throwing stuff together.
not to take away from that, but obviously the Hall of Fame is obviously a thing with WrestleMania. Who do you guys think's going to be the headliner? Do you think it's going to be Bray?
No, I think it's going to be Paul Heyman.
Oh.
I think
right,
it's going to be Bray because his dad is getting inducted.
Yeah, and his uncle.
But,
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny, but why? Why?
Well, no.
I mean,
Well, I got another thing for you.
I don't even remember that tag team.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
But here's another one though. It's Philadelphia. It's Paul Heyman's backyard. I really think it should go to Paul Heyman as the headliner, and then next year or the year after they can do Bray.
Yeah, but I don't
they
think
need
they've
to do
ever
all of them.
done. They've never done a manager as a headliner ever.
Right.
No, but-
Usually, yeah.
But this would be the first one. That'd be great.
I mean, honestly, if they don't have a headliner, I think it's going to be Batista.
But, yeah, it would have been Batista last year, but the scheduling didn't work out for his movie. So
Yeah.
I still think it's gonna be Paul. I think it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
do too.
Paul because it's just like you said, it's Philadelphia. Place is gonna go crazy, and then it also adds to the end of the bloodline.
Do you think Natalia will get in? I saw something about that online today, actually.
Not this year. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I see her getting in as an active competitor.
Well, If she does, once again, I'll go back to
I-
they're doing something for the women.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
if
they
you
already
think
have
about it.
They already have Bull Nakano for the woman. So
Oh
would they
yeah,
have
yeah,
another
yeah.
woman
That's
as well?
true.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about her.
But they're gonna treat Bull Nakano like they treated the Great Muta last year.
Where you get to say two
Quick,
lines.
easy, and
Yeah.
yeah, basically. And everybody.
Well, Paul's going to go on for 20 minutes, so they got to give him his time.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Right.
why he's
Yeah.
probably gonna be last.
Hmm.
And they're not even gonna let him speak. Because the crowd, same thing they did with Taker. It's gonna be like crowd going
Hey,
crazy.
Taker didn't have a crowd.
Yeah, it was.
It was
It
COVID,
was a
man.
pandemic, all of it. Yeah.
No, Taker was there when
His farewell, he had people, but not his Hall of Fame.
Wait a minute. I thought the farewell was his Hall of Fame. Wait a minute. That wasn't. Are you sure?
No,
Oh,
because
yeah, you're
remember
right.
he had the legends come out to say goodbye.
But okay, I can't because I know his last match was with AJ in that thing.
Yeah.
He didn't realize.
I am not
Then
looking forward to that match at all.
AJ versus LA Knight.
I don't give a shit about that match.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Hush.
Yeah. It should have been LA Knight going for the U.S. title against Logan Paul. That's.
Well, the reason why, and I think I discussed this with Raven, LA Knight's so big, they didn't want to take away from the Cody moment and stuff like that. So they're kind of
Right.
lowballing him, so to speak,
Mhm.
because LA Knight is just too big.
So over, yeah.
Yeah, he's too over. And so, so I even read that because they were like, yeah, that's something they do in wrestling. It's not because the fans want him so bad that they have to take him off TV because they don't want to ruin the build-up with the bloodline and all this other stuff. That's why he has one of these sideline matches. But I do agree with you. Yeah, he should be the one that knocked the fuck out of Logan Paul.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
All right.
Logan Paul is a big piece of crap.
So, Mr. Atlanta, what is your go-to match? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from the obvious matches and the ones that have already been named, and I'm going to say that the World Heavyweight title match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre is what I'm looking forward to, because there's possibilities that can be played in there as well, because Drew McIntyre has just done magnificent heel work to get his way back there. He unfortunately didn't get to celebrate his world title back in 2020 at WrestleMania in front of a crowd, so could there be the possibility of him winning the title that year? And lest we forget, in addition to The Rock saying he's going to make Seth's title go away, could he do it by helping Drew McIntyre, or could he introduce Damian Priest, who still has that briefcase?
I actually think Damian Priest the Judgment Day might actually be the one to stop the bloodline.
Really?
I actually think
That'd be interesting.
I'm gonna go back and say Punk's gonna interfere. He's because
Oh, that's another
right
possibility.
now Drew is just making Punk relevant.
Dude, he's
Well,
going
no,
on his
yeah.
personal TikTok and attacking Punk on a daily basis.
It is
Yeah,
shit.
it's
There's no way-
hilarious.
There's no way he's talking this much shit and Punk doesn't come out. So yeah, so if Punk's not going to be there,
And
he's
it's
not gonna be talking much
Philadelphia,
shit.
so.
And Philadelphia, yeah.
But you gotta realize, they advertised Punk for Raw coming up. Not next week because it's gonna be in Raleigh, which I'm still debating on going or not. But but the
If
week
you can find
after,
tickets.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they've been selling out leading up to
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
But I'm thinking Punk's gonna cost Drew the match.
Okay.
Right.
I just feel like I agree with Drew being like magnificent heel right now. But at the same time, like I said earlier, because of what's going on and them being in the tag team match and all that, I feel like Seth's title means absolutely nothing. And it's a shame that they've done
It does.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, he's
here's-
trying his best, and it just, and with the way it's just
To
been
me-
treated, and even Roman burying it too, saying, "Oh yeah, it's a second belt, it's a and
Well,
just
and I've had a debate about this before too. Even before all that, I still think Seth shouldn't have held the belt this long. Seth, to me, it almost makes the belt irrelevant. He doesn't need it. And I would have been happy with Cody winning that title. But, and we were almost heading there without, if Punk didn't show up, if Rock didn't show up. I mean, I think that's where we were heading.
yeah. Seth Rollins is the first champion to beg a challenger to wrestle for him that I know of, and
Yes. And that just made it even made it even more pathetic to me.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
He did, and on that, and that was kind of where they were trying to go with that pivot, that okay, maybe Cody will finish his story with the title, and then we'll get Rock and Roman Reigns, until the fans said, no, we don't want to see that, and they didn't want to have Philadelphia, 71,000 people in the stadium where the Philadelphia Eagles play, booing and shitting all over this match, their match, so there's the pivot.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen in that match, obviously, because nothing is ever.
And the thing is, that's what makes it great. We really can't call these matches.
But I wish that, okay, so they've been having a real problem lately with everything being predictable, right? We know what's gonna happen, we know who's gonna win, and all that. Give me a freaking streak-breaking moment. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I will say this. Everybody named Mama thought Cody was going to win last year.
I didn't. I thought he was going to lose.
I thought he was going to win.
Nope.
You were like the 1% that didn't think that, man.
Look, I knew that they were trying to break Hogan's record. I mean...
But here's the thing now. To me, that was more of a Vince thing. Roman don't even care about that now.
Roman has creative control now.
Yeah.
Roman gets to decide who he gets to lose to.
Yeah. Roman's been trying to take a hiatus for the longest. To go to Hollywood with his cousin and make movies.
Wasn't he already in a movie?
Yeah, he was in one of the Fast and Furious movies. Yeah, I forgot which one.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
With The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Can The Rock go away and just never come back, please?
I don't know. I mean, I'm having more fun watching Cena outside the ring. Has anybody seen Ricky Stadnicki?
I have not yet.
But man, his thing with
hilarious.
him with the Oscars, that was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
But you gotta watch him in that movie. It's funny.
So many people thought he was actually nude.
Yeah, he had one of those suit, those little.
He had a banana hammock on, man.
Yeah. It's one of those things that you wear for sex scenes that I think they put on so you're not totally in the flesh.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just been hilarious. But you gotta watch that movie. Oh my God, it was so funny with him.
Just like I don't wear promos on my wrist.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think he's doing more. I think, Rock was there too. Oh, ooh. But yeah.
Look, I'm just upset. Not upset, but I'm just he came back and he's doing his thing, The Rock, and it's just ugh. Now I gotta. Then the XFL's coming back soon because the NFL's over. I'm like, God, I'm gonna have to see him again.
Did I not tell you about The Rock months ago?
You did.
Did we not have a podcast where I told you about this Joker?
Yeah.
Months ago, and how it was gonna go down.
You did.
So I'm just saying.
Yep. You did.
It just gets to a point where you're just like, come on, man, just go away and just don't come back.
Right.
Because my thing is what? The Rock is what, 50? 50 something.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's-
52.
He has some.
At what point does WWE finally sit down and say, "Hey, we can't have these guys that are 50 plus coming back stealing the spotlight from all these other people"? I'll give Logan Paul his props. He is
No,
absolutely impressive as a wrestler, and I did not have high hopes for him at all.
but here's the thing.
Bad Bunny
Vince
too.
did
Mhm.
Vince did the same thing. Vince did the same thing with Brock. Now, the only thing I think what's going on here is once again, Rock is incorporating himself in the picture because of his
Board of directors
position.
shit. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't for that, because he thinks, his name brings money to a certain extent. Yeah, these places are selling out. But you're almost trying to do, Rock lately is like you don't want to be a part of anything the Rock doing because he tries to take over and winds up screwing it up. DC.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, it feels like Roman Reigns is the little brother whenever The Rock is speaking, and it just, and if you kind of tune in and you don't know what's going on, you think it's The Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania. Well,
Acknowledge me.
Yeah, it's like you're watching the Nation of Domination again.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's what it reminds me of.
Can we?
Because,
it does.
So we had Farouk literally beat the actual fuck out of Ahmed Johnson. So
yeah.
can we have Solo beat the fuck out of The Rock?
That would be
Okay.
beautiful.
Or Ming's son showing up, Haku, and having him beat the fuck out of The Rock.
Solo, but he has to sing the national anthem first.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
My favorite thing was when Cena's like, dude, we waited a year for you to talk, and this is all you can fucking say?
You can't tell. Yeah, I don't know.
And he's like, I'm going to destroy you in 90 seconds. And he actually timed it to 90 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, with promos on Cena, you have to have your A game. Remember with Roman when he was stuttering and Cena was like, "It's a promo, kid. You're gonna have to do a decent one to be able to work."
Yeah, he said that one of his biggest regrets is when he called The Rock out when he had the promos on his wrist.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was absolute magic. I'd have done the same fucking thing.
I like a sink or swim. You go.
Well, also, what the other thing was, it's like even with what's his name, even with the Cena and Austin Theory. He told Austin he put Austin Theory. He's like their match before WrestleMania. He said, "Win or lose, you still lose." And he said everything he said what was going to happen to Theory has happened to Theory.
Yep.
After the WrestleMania match. What happened is I watched an interview with, I think it was Kevin Hart and John Cena. John Cena said that before they go on, when they doing those promos, he always asked the people back there, "Hey, would you like to practice the promos?" Then you got people like Theory that come along like, "Nah, I got this." And when he like even said with the Roman and them, when they sat there and go, "Okay, no, I don't need to practice, I got this," and that's when John Cena starts crushing them.
Oh.
Because he actually said that because I want to practice with them, but they're not. No, I got this, and so he winds up burying them.
You know who I wish I could have seen battle Cena in a promo war?
Who's that?
Enzo Amore, and I guarantee you Enzo would have won.
I would even go you one better. I would love to see him and Mick Foley.
Actually, yeah. Now wait, Mick Foley as Cactus Jack or Mick Foley as Dude Love?
Mick Foley as I would go with Cactus Jack.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Bang
bang!
Mick Foley is one very smart, articulate person. Very smart, and he was just nasty on the mic.
I miss him. I miss Enzo, man. I know he has all his troubles, but that dude, he was literally a modern day Macho Man.
Without this wrestling skill.
Yes.
Dang.
I
Okay.
mean, that,
Let's be honest.
That's
He was
actually
nothing
what Big
but
Cass
he
was.
was a mouth. That's all he was.
Yeah.
but that's a tag team with Big Cass. That was fire back in.
He was literally. Y'all remember Nunzio? He was literally Nunzio.
Yeah.
From the FBI.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just let Johnny the Bull do all the wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here, everybody. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Atlanta Lively. Thank you for joining us. We'll have to have you come
Thanks
back
for having
again.
me.
No problem, man.
Mr. Atlanta.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd love to come back.
Awesome. Maybe we could do this a regular thing. Maybe we make it a 4-man show.
Hey.
I'd be
good
game.
for me.
All right. And we will catch you guys later. This will be going up soon. I will do the editing. And thank you guys all for listening. We'll catch y'all next time.
Laters.
Later.
You.
You don't know what hard times
New world order.
Let me talk to you. Yeah. Just a fact of life. Yeah.